Hello and welcome to Rainy Day Crafting. Okay, today basically the Sewing Bee starts back on telly. Yay! And so I just thought with that in mind, I will do a card on the sewing theme. Okay, the die I'm going to use is this one. It's from Desire, and it's it's quite a big sort of sturdy size. Had this a long time, sturdy die, had it a long time, so I honestly don't know if that's still available. But you know, if you've got anything, you know, some stamps or whatever, have a little look what you've got, and you know, you don't have to do a sewing, you can do something else on the same principle and what I'm doing. Okay, and also these, which are apple blossom, which I think I got from Craft Stash. I'm actually just using, but then I thought, oh, I must make this sometime, which I've already cut out earlier, the stitched die. Okay, so that one, as you can see, one I've done earlier. Okay, so you can see it quite close. It's got a lovely little stitched at the edge, which is quite nice. So I'll put that one out of the way for now. So all I'm going to do, this is a fairly straightforward card. I've got a cream card. Okay, it's quite, I don't know what size it is, but anyway, put it against my hand, it's that sort of size. Okay, and then I've got half a piece of the card. I just literally just used half of the card, you know, from the, because these are cards and envelopes, and I just, where I just tore it where the edge went, so I just cut just a tiny bit off that, but I want it sort of fairly much sort of for the right size. So now with my Big Shot, you need all the plates like so, and I need that on there. And I want this as sort of high up as I can, but to get everything on to the side. I don't want it to move. I might just pop a little bit of my packaging on there. I've only used this die probably once or twice. So I don't know how well it cuts. But this also protects if your plate, you know, the Perspex plates are getting a little bit sort of scratched and cut and things, by putting something like this on here actually protects your card as well, because if not, you'll find your cards come out with lots of indentations on. Oh, hang on, I just want to make sure it's totally in the right place. I don't want it on the which is, if you feel happier, I've often said this, stick it down. I'm hoping once I've held that down so it doesn't now move. Almost like once you've held it down with a bit of luck, it didn't go nowhere. So through we go through creaks and groans. And I'll take it back again because there's a few intricate bits in it. Right, put that back under my table. And here we are again. So hopefully, just put them out of the way because I don't think I need them anymore. Put that out of the way. There's a clean place. Okay, quite a nice die. It's a good size die, isn't it? This is where, when you take these off, you have to be a little bit ginger, because you know, that could rip it where you don't want it, because the card I'm actually using for this isn't ever so thick. So gingerly does it. Not bad. Now, what I'm now going to do with this, okay, can you see, I don't want all, I want it nice and straight, she says. Right, I'm hoping with my long scissors I can just cut this now to there, and that should be off there. Quite nice. Now with a pokey tool or a pin, pop all these little bits out. If you wanted to then do this and put it onto some more card or something, to make it a bit sturdier. See, this is why by putting that bit of packaging also helps out. And see, we've got a few of these little stitch marks that just need poking out too. And a couple more here. Quite nice, quite like it. Right, that'll. Sometimes you can just do that, and these. If you didn't know this, there's all little holes in the back of these dies as well. So if they aren't coming out very well, okay, we don't need this, but I try and sort of keep it clean again for next time. I'm doing quite well, and what we already sort of. Well, we're into for this video. It's into April. I haven't bought anything else because I just think I have got a fair good stash. Some of these are ever so old, and I think I bought them off eBay. It's a big set actually. Haven't used them all, so I just thought, you know, as we all know, as crafters, I think we can get carried away with it, can't we? And you know, just have to have, you know, something. Occasionally you do think, oh, I really do like that, so I'm just going to have it. But I'm really trying to see if I can now do a bit of time without buying anything else. Anyway, nice and clean. Pop that back. It's got some sticky on there, and that'll go back where I put that. So now clear my space. So now we've got, what I'm going to do is that is going to go on there. I'm trying to think in my head, because I want it to then have a score line there, which I might just take a bit higher up. The thing is, will it then go in the card when you want to shut the envelope? Now I probably need to keep it where it is more or less, so I need to score onto there where that is going. Yeah, so this is where I've now done this, and I'll probably lose track of where I need it. So obviously the front of the card. This is a scoring board. I want to have this, do you know what, just to make sure I've got plenty of space, I think I just want to make sure that's nice and straight there. So there we go. Here's where I want it. So nicely scored there. So can you see how this is so easily coming together, which I should be putting that on there. Yeah, so already we've got, I think it's got, I have to sort of fit just so. The only thing is, when I then cut that off, I want this to go on here too, which is sort of coordinating card. Not the same colour, which I suppose maybe the same colour would have looked better, but anyway, I've done it with that. So what I then need to do is, with, I think for easiness, some double-sided tape on this. No, do you know what? Yes, I will. Yes, I will. I wonder if I've got some. I thought I'd got some wider stuff, but I'm not sure. I'll just make sure I'm putting it on the right piece. Look me round. Yep. Yep. Turn it over. Put it on the back. I suppose the one piece will hold it where we want it, really. Oh, my sticky scissors. Every time I do this, I haven't cleaned them yet. They are seriously held together with so much rubbish on there. It's ridiculous. Then had the edge there. Yep, here we go. So, right, sure I put it on the right piece. Line that up nicely with that score line that you popped there. So there we have it, quite nicely. Okay, so now the next plan is, with this, I'm going to just make it as a happy birthday card. All right, so this is when I've used it separately, which I think will fit on there quite nicely. Yeah, a stamping block. This one, I don't know where I got it from, maybe in a magazine, but do you know what, I've used that so many times. Do you find that with some of your own stamps and things, you know, you'll use things over and over again because you really do? I don't want to get nothing on my hands because that would ruin, wouldn't it? Now with my VersaFine, because it just does, it's such a nice bold stamp. Want it fairly at the top. Oh, look. This is where I'm going to try and do it again. Hopefully it's in the same place. That's the only thing. Oh, actually, it's done all right. It's probably just slightly done there, but I can live with that. Pop that one side. We now need some embossing powder. What have I done with that? I don't know. It's usually in the same place, and I just must have somehow moved it, and it's not in the same place. Oh, it might have to be that I leave this to dry and just I'll just dry it off anyway then, but without it being embossed. I can't have gone far. Might be on my windowsill. Let's just dry this off. Hope that's fairly. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, do you know what? It was absolutely, totally, utterly beside me. There you go. That's how it is sometimes, isn't it? Anyway, so I've been looking for this because I thought this would, the Factor sewing, look at that. Look really quite nice, wouldn't it? Homemade with love. So I think it's just wherever I start it. For some reason that looked a little bit wonky there. I don't know why. That's okay. So what I will do with that is some double-sided tape on there. I can't believe my embossing powder was totally beside me. Oh, I don't know if that's too wide. I don't know. I've got a thinner one. Well, that might be thinner. Oh, it's a thinner one, but it's actually raised. Oh well, that'll matter too much. Just don't want it to be that it shows. Quite nice for that. Whether that's going to tuck round as I want, I'm not sure. So let's have a little look. Hopefully, but it might just raise that up a bit more. Oh, this one's nice and easy. Line it up nicely with the edge. Do you know what I think I'll do? Where I would normally have tucked that through there. I don't think my sticky scissors are beyond hope at the moment. Let me just sure I've got some other scissors around. I've always got lots of scissors, and now yeah, here's some. Just to cut this off really neatly there. I'm going to keep all my scissors out, I think, to turn it over and do the same. Okay, hopefully that's now like slightly on the there, hopefully not. You see, it's gone up. Let's go in there. So a bit like that's nice and dry. Turn that over. A bit of double-sided tape. What would we do without it? Oh, look. That's not as dry as I want it. Let me just tissue here somewhere. This is why I think as well I actually like to emboss, because that's then dry straight away and you don't sort of muck up. Try and make sure you've got it exactly sort of in the middle. Don't want to touch that too much because of that. So we're nearly there, and then I just think which will coordinate that nicely. My little tubs, too big. Need a couple though. All you do, let's do it with sticky specs for quickness. One. Maybe another one just to give it a bit more height. Actually, I'll just do that on that one. Perfect. Now, with the sticky again to then be able to position it. If you're not happy eyeballing it, measure it. So have this to then and there you have a nice happy birthday card, easel card, which then, so hope you like it. This is because it is the start of the sewing bee again, yay, and a card in lieu of that. Okay, thank you very much for joining me. See you soon.